sorry for the few-minute delay there. Would like to call the Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting to order on this Tuesday, October 15th. It is now 4:34. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after? Commissioner Myers, can you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you on that. Can we get a roll call on tonight's commissioners?
Merrick,
Here.
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Myricks,
Here.
Hopperidge.
Here, for the record, we have 3 present and 2 absent. Okay, number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 4, communications.
None were received.
All right, brings us to number 5, our minutes dating October 1st, 2019.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for the Redevelopment Commission meeting for October 1st, 2019.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the minutes from October 1st, 2019. Can we have a roll call then on the minutes?
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley, Kasperky, Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 3 yes, 2 absent. Okay, number 6, our homebound conditional forgivable loan approval. It looks like there's 6 applicants.
Yes, Mr. Jesus Severiano wasn't able to attend last meeting, so he's here for this one. And Melissa Delano is not present. Oh, here she is. She was on. Well, everyone else is present.
So we approved Jesus. He just attended a meeting. That's great. Can they all come forward then? Just kind of introduce yourself, you know.
At the podium.
Right here.
Podium.
No, go to the podium, sir.
Podium.
There you are. Welcome. Can you just introduce yourself to the commission?
Hello, guys. My name's Jesus Ariano,
And how did you hear about our program, sir?
from my realtor,
Okay, may I ask who's your realtor?
Rosa.
Rosa.
I can't pronounce the last name. Leipes.
Okay. Okay, just curious. Okay, next applicant.
I am John Lavasco.
I'm Jean.
Hello.
How you doing?
How did you guys hear about our program?
Through Mylan Krasinski.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you guys are doing new construction. That's excellent.
Yes, we're very excited.
Okay.
They were one of the purchasers, if you notice the address.
Yeah.
1441 Deedlow Parkway, that's near the golf course.
Right, right.
Right.
That new subdivision that we auctioned off.
Okay.
We're too old for this.
Evidently, you're not, because you're new.
But we're here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. And the next applicant?
Hi, my name is Juan Cervantes.
And how did you hear about our program?
My realtor, John Rakowski.
Rostakowski. Okay. Okay. That's great.
My name is Jesse Santos, and I heard about it from my mother.
Oh, okay. Did she go through the program? as
Yep.
well? Okay, great, great. And then last but not least,
How you guys doing? I'm Francisco Guerin, and I actually heard from my realtor as well. It was Jennifer Hinojosa.
oh, okay. You know Jennifer used to work here.
Yeah, she told me.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
Melissa did make it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah.
Hi,
you
Melissa.
snuck in.
So my name is Melissa Delano, and I heard of this program through Mrs. Blackman. She is actually with People's Bank.
Okay, great, great. Okay. All right. Anyone else have any questions? Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 5 applicants for this week, and we appreciate the one from the last meeting coming in.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the 5 applicants. There is 1 absent, right? Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry.
We keep forgetting you.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Let me We have a motion and a second for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 5 applicants that are present, and we appreciate the other applicant that attended the other. He was already approved. Can we have a roll call then on that, please?
Merrick,
Yes.
Toto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes. We have 4 yes now with 1 absent. Marion Soto is present now. Thank you. You may be excused. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Frame is up there. The frame is up there. Pretty far along.
Okay, brings us to number 7 now. We got a subordination request approval.
Yes, they received $2,500 for homebound down payment assistance last year, and they're requesting the subordination to lower their payments and interest rate.
It looks pretty cut and dry, you know, no money out. That's a nice reduction on the interest rate, so I don't have any problems with it. Anyone else has any questions?
No.
Okay. Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of the subordination request for Alex Aguilera and Megan,
Murillo.
I'm sorry, say your name?
Murillo.
Murillo.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. That's for the subordination request approval for Alex Aguilera and Megan Murillo. That's at 7986 White Oak Avenue. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Merrick,
Yes.
Toto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent. Thank you.
Thank you.
You may be excused if you like. Okay, number 8 is an approval of change orders for 6600 Indianapolis Boulevard. That's normally former Carson's building.
Good evening, Commissioners. John Blosky with Americo Engineering. And let's see, what was the first one was,
JM.
there it is. Yeah, JM Industrial. So when they were demolishing the section of the building by the strip mall section, they uncovered a beam and some pipe fittings that were enclosed in the brick wall. And so we just had them take care of it rather than calling the contractor back from Kentucky who delayed the project 80 days. And they use a local contractor here, IIS, I believe they're on Conkey Street. So that change order was for $7,000, yes.
So we're gonna do them individually? Want to approve them individually?
Yeah. Yeah, we always do it.
Okay. Okay, Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of change order for 6600 Indianapolis Boulevard, former Carson's, for the change order number 1, JM Industrial Services, Inc.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for change order 01 for J&M Industrial Service, Inc. Is there any further questions or discussion on this change order? Okay, roll call, please.
Merrick,
Yes.
Toto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent.
The next change order is to Abatement and Contracting Services. During their course of the work, they delayed the project by 80 calendar days, and we had damages included in the contract for $750 per calendar day to cover the cost of our guy on site doing the air monitoring that to protect you. So he agreed to that. It's a $60,000 change order deducting the value from the abatement contractor's total project.
Which would bring that to $294,850.
Yes, the original cost was $354,850. And then with this deduction of $60,000, brought it to $294,850, which is about $200,000 less than the next low bid, so.
Okay, well, I'd like to make an approval of change orders for 6600 Indianapolis Boulevard, former Carson's, change order number
One.
one, the abatement and contracting services. Do I need to state the amount? Dave?
No.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. That's for approval of change orders for 6600 Indianapolis Boulevard, former Carson's. That's change order number one. That's for the abatement and contracting services. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes with 1 absent.
Okay, the next is for Americo, change order number 2 for them, and that was for an additional 60 days of site time. We were on the site 10 hours a day. The contractor was working, which is what the previous change order was to cover, which left, because we only work Monday through Friday, but 10-hour days, it left an extra $2,000 back in that budget. So the change order to Americo is for $58,000 for our additional time on the job.
So the commission is $2,000 to the good, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, no. Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of change orders for 6600 Indianapolis Boulevard, former Carson's, change order number 2, Americo Inc.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion, and a second for the approval of change order. That's again at 66 Indianapolis Boulevard, former Carson's. That's change order number 2, Americo Inc. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
I'd like to say that asbestos abatement contractor was a pain in the neck, but we got through it. He's done. He provided a final waiver of lien, which I had emailed over to Africa and David, signed the change order, and it's done and over with. So as soon as JM Wrecking, the building's almost completely down. Probably in another week, we'll start pulling out the piers and the foundations from the building and then the tank. So it should finish up before the end of this year.
Okay.
All right? Thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Blasky.
Thank you. Okay, brings us to number 9, approval of change order. Number 4, that's Hassey Construction for the Hammond Sportsplex Union Lounge.
Members of the commission, if you look in your package, you will find a change order number 4 for Hassey Construction for some changes to the contract for the Hammond Sportsplex Union Lodge. As you can see, it's to furnish and install 7 televisions, mount brackets, 24 port patch panels, 8 patch inserts, HDMI stereo exerters, and 2 additional bathroom lights for a total of $27,500. And these are all enhancements to the
I did have the liberty of going there last week. A lot of the other trade unions were invited there. It was like a walkthrough. And there's a lot of TVs. They weren't mounted, but all the boxes were there and the bathrooms. And people that walk the track now, too, can use the restrooms upstairs there instead of going downstairs, too, so.
I have a question. Not a question, maybe it is a question, I don't know, but, so this $27,500 is an amount that whoever the engineers were or whoever, it was a foreseeable amount that was included in our complete budget, right? So that this change order, yes, so that we kind of knew at some point that this would be taken out, because they didn't include it in the package in the beginning.
Well, I was hoping that someone.
Keeping in tune with what Commissioner Kasperky would do.
He definitely would ask that question.
So so he doesn't throw a rock at me or something.
And I don't know the answer to that question.
So let me rephrase the question. We had a conversation a few months ago when things like this, or was it last year? I don't know. Anyway, when change
It's been
orders-
ongoing.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I really, well, I don't know, I'm sure he does. But anyway, I guess my question is there just to make sure. So this would have been anyway part of the whole foreseeable budget of this project, so that we're not over budget, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
So let me try to answer it this way. When you get change orders, and I know Commissioner Kasperky may disagree with me, they fall into a couple of different categories. One category is it was unforeseen. For instance, I go into the ground thinking that there's a certain amount of soil there that's good and whatever, and some that's bad, and I realize there's more bad than I thought. So it was an unforeseen event, which requires a change order because there's more work required than was foreseen at the time. This change order, in terms of, so I think this falls within a different category, which is that there was a budget. This lounge was talked about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
When we first bid it out, all the bids came in well over the top of the number you see there. And in fact, everyone kind of had sticker shock and went, whoa, I don't think we should do this because it's cost prohibitive. So then we scaled the project way back and got donations and things like that from the trades and to see what we could do to bring it in at a reasonable figure. In scaling it back, when we first put it out to bid, we didn't think that the number would come in at around that $400,000 number, which is $411 now with the change order. So I think in an effort to make sure that we could do something there, we took these things out of the initial bid. Then we saw the bid came in at lower than we thought, and we said, well, wait a second. Now we can add some of these amenities back in that we were worried on the front end. So this isn't a situation where it was completely unforeseen, right? That doesn't fall into that category, but it was a foreseen event that was kept out on purpose because we were trying to stay within a certain budget.
That makes sense to me. Thank
So,
you.
Does that answer the?
It does.
It's kind of I'm kind of answering Wally's questions too, but that's,
No, it makes sense to me. I just wanted to make sure I was clear. Thank you so much. So, are we?
Yeah, there's a ribbon cutting next week on it.
Yes,
I'll
there-
let you make that announcement.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I would like to make a motion for approval of a change order number 4 for Hassey Construction for Hammond, for the Hammond Superplex Union Lounge.
Sportplex. You said
Sportplex. Sportplex.
Second.
Excuse me.
It's a tongue twister
It
word.
may be a super one when it's done, but yeah, it's a sportsplex.
Okay, there's a motion and a second on the floor for the approval of change order number 4. That's for Hassey Construction for the Hammond Sportsplex Union Lounge. Is there any further questions or discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Merrick,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Hawbridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 10 is approval of warranty deed for 628 Hoffman Street.
So you will remember, I think, that there's been discussion about a bioswale and the bike path running by 628 Hoffman. This deed transfers the property necessary to do that. You'll see in the information you've been provided, the last couple pages has the hatched area. So it's kind of the frontage along the two streets, one of them being Hoffman, the other one I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's the frontage to allow the city to go ahead and construct those things.
Probably be Sol and Hoffman.
Sol and Hoffman?
Yep.
Sol and Hoffman.
Sol and
Formerly
Hoffman.
Queen Anne
Right.
Company
Correct.
property or Premier Candy.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of warranty deed for 628 Hoffman Street.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the approval of warranty deed for 628 Hoffman Street. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Hesperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 11's our reports. Ms. Akatara, would you like to share anything tonight?
Is there a ribbon cutting coming up?
Yes, there is a ribbon cutting coming up.
I didn't give her the date.
But the first thing I wanted to do was, basically, I know the members of the commission were invited to, and some may have even attended the ribbon cutting today for Midland Metals. That is the company from Chicago that is in the property that relocated from Chicago, and they're in the building that was formerly occupied by Lear. So we're very excited because we had a very sound business that, one, was able to not only stay in the city of Hammond, but also able to remain in the 3rd District. But then their building didn't stay vacant for very long. Then we had a company come from Chicago, and not only did they relocate from Chicago and hire residents from Indiana, but they also expanded to the existing building. So not only did they come purchase the building, so we don't have a vacant building, but they also expanded on that as well. So they had the ribbon cutting today, did a walkthrough. It was quite impressive. That was the first ribbon cutting. We also have a ribbon cutting next Wednesday at 2 p.m. That would be October 23rd for the Union Lodge located in the Hammond Sportsplex. All of you are invited. We're very excited about the Union Lodge. And then on the 24th, Thursday, October 24th, is the volunteer luncheon.
Breakfast.
I'm sorry, volunteer breakfast. I'm sorry, that dates myself, but the volunteer breakfast. And as you know, that's a celebration of people who participate in volunteering within the city of Hammond.
And that usually starts about 8 a.m., right?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, number 12's our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the register of claims for September 19th, 2019 through October 10th, 2019. Register of claims R57937 through R58026.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for our register of claims dating September 19th, 2019 through October 10th, 2019. That's claims R57937 through claim R58026. Is there any questions or discussion on these claims for staff? Okay, roll call on the claims.
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Hesperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 13's new and unfinished business.
Members of the commission, if you look in your package, you will find the redevelopment budget changes for from 2019 through 2020. The overall budget, there's a decrease of about $9,000. Last year, being 2019, the budget was $523,000. This year, the budget will be $513,932. So as I stated, there is a decrease of $9,000. God bless you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
There's an increase of personal services of about $5,108. That increase is for the proposed salary increase of about 2%, which is usually consistent with what we do with the city. And there were no deletions. The property tax cap for 2020 is $110,766, which is a decrease of $14,185. And as I stated, this is just for your review.
Okay.
I have an item.
Yeah, there's no action needed on that.
Okay.
It's just, okay, go ahead, Attorney Westland.
So there's a piece of property located at 7944 Cabela Drive, which is between, if you can conceptualize it, between where the gas station is going in on Indianapolis Boulevard, that Buc-ee's gas station, and then the two hotels. So between the two hotels, as you move to the west, between the two hotels and the gas station is a piece of property that's as yet vacant. The city would like the Redevelopment Commission to explore the possibility of putting a, what we're calling as a trailhead improvement there, which would be a parking lot, gazebo, water fountain, to access the trail which runs along the river. The site itself, or the parcel property itself is at 7944, is 2 acres. We wouldn't be talking about using that entire 2 acres. It would be a portion of that, probably less than an acre. That would then be utilized, and we would have a little ramp going up to the, we'd have to work with the Little Cal Commission, but a ramp going up to the bike trail, a gazebo, water fountain, water feature, and American Structure Point is working on that concept plan, if you approve tonight. And I have their agreement for the lump sum of $5,800, which is what I'm asking approval for. So in the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe not by your next meeting, but by the one after that, we should have some concept drawings from American Structure Point that you can review.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further question or discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent. Is there any other new and unfinished business?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to change our next month redevelopment meeting from November 5th to November 7th at 4:30 because of Election Day on November 5th.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for our November 5th redevelopment meeting to be moved to November 7th due to the conflict with the election day. That is November 7th will be the new scheduled meeting at 4:30. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Merrick,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kasperky, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent. I guess, if you don't mind, in the packet, if you can highlight that change, we're all here, but make sure Wally is aware of it, or I can notify him as well, but.
Sure.
All right, that's the end of new and unfinished business then?
Yes.
That brings us to number 14, public comment. If anybody like to come forward, public comment is open now. You have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, public comment closed. Number 15.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.